Plus, you already got Buck, who's got some AoE damage. Doesn't seem like they've got the best defensive tools on the side of OG to protect. Starts going better for Monkey King as time goes on. You know, you pick up boots and stuff as... up top! Ancient Apparition ends up dropping. Triple S and Sweet and Strong able to find the kill. And that's the power of the Tusk and the Dazzle. Just two heroes that can run you down. So you have to be very careful with your positioning. Down bottom. Oh, Kasane! Ends up getting sniped by the Dark Willow. Mixer nearly taking a tumble as Kasane goes for a dive. Munkushi. A lot of faith in this one-win draft as a result. But up top, Lelis have to hold on to that thought as he's been caught out by the Poison Touch and the tag team. Taking down good Snowball, preventing the Cold Feet from coming in as Shad can only watch as his Apparition takes a tumble. Stormer though in the mid lane. Okay, going for the solo kill onto Squad X. He is dropping solo and he will get it. Stormer finds the kill as Daze hands over a tip to him. Boundless Strike coming off cooldown in just a bit. He should be able to go back up to full HP, no problem whatsoever. Not much you can do as the Buck to push him away. Rotation's going to come in from Stormer towards the top lane to try and take down Triple S, who's trying to turn things around, but he's got no friends. He is all by his lonesome. The Tusk, he was going towards the mid lane to secure the power rune, and he does see the haste, but... Can he actually find it? Okay, well, he's just going to pick it up. Squad X not going to be able to get that for himself. But Daze, well, probably going to fall here. No TP at the ready for this Dark Willow. In fact, he's going to leave over the kill for Squad X. Such a good teammate. So good old Sweet and Strong allows Squad X to get that kill. Allows him to get that gold. 7 minutes in, though. Wisdom Shrine going to be contested here. Kasane does have a fair amount of damage coming in from the Astral Spirit. Stomp's going to be committed. Munkushi, unfortunately, does not have the Metamorphosis, so the Shrine is going to go the way of OG. Now, if Kasane dies with this, that's going to be incredibly bad. And the rotation comes in from Lelis. They get the kill. It was 2 Shrines of Wisdom, actually, for the side of one win. Excuse me, for the side of OG. As I say that, Stormer takes a tumble. And manning up in the top lane. Wisdom Shrine about to spawn. Astral Spirit to try and scout things out. Snowball's towards the illusion from Sweet and Strong. And they're going to have to give up this upcoming Wisdom Shrine as well. Poison Touch dodged out thanks to the Shadow Run. But the Dream Coil has been committed onto Shad. Shad, he does have the Song of the Side, but he does not get a chance to pop it. The Earth Splitter takes care of the Naga. And Sweet and Strong, he will gladly give up his life if it means it's a 1-for-1 exchange. That ends up netting then the Naga side. And Munkushi comes in though. And he wants to try and find Mo. Stands around the Dark Willow. And the Shadow Wave takes care of the rest as OG. This is sort of what we were afraid of. The early game, if it didn't go well, then one of them can kind of just do whatever they want on the map. And that is exactly what's happening. The TV is completely free farming. The Dazzle is gone unchecked. The coming in from Shad. And on top of that, I mean, eventually you can just get yourself... a Parasma or an Axe or a Maelstrom as we're going to see the Dark Willow being caught in the river. Terrorized committed this time for real. Nice Ice Blast flying through. If it connects onto multiple heroes, you could get something done here if you're OG. But there's just no follow-up. Where's the Lycan? Well, he's going to pop the Shapeshift now, but if the Ancient Apparition Ice Blast debuff is starting to time out, they will get the 2 supports, so it's a 1-for-2 exchange. But he had to commit the Shapeshift for it. If you could find Triple S, that would be huge. But he does have Shallow Grave at the ready. It will be committed. There's a Dream Call coming in from Squad X. Can they actually take down the Monkey King? And not before the Dazzle gets taken down, that's for sure. And Storm actually gets out with the help of Wukong's, or excuse me, the changing of the guard. But eventually Squad X gets the snipe off with the Illusory Orb. Beautiful stuff coming out from him, making it an even exchange of sorts. As wait for Shad to finish up his heart and then get some work done. Triple S, oh boy. He is not gonna like what he sees. Shallow Grave quickly committed, but I don't even know what this Dazzle can do apart from take a tumble, as they will commit, well, be a bit misleading at times. But nonetheless, that is Ice Blast down as Shad in the mid lane. Okay, well, this is good. Able to find the other Titan, but can he get out of this alive? Sweet and Strong is here on the Tusk. There's the shots coming in along with the Snowball. Squad X, oh no, he was inside the Wukong's command. He's gonna fall. But at the very least, they will get the Naga Siren. Although I'm not too sure if 1 minute too happy with that. They end up losing Squad X, which is huge. Monkey King was able to get out of there as well. In fact, it's looking like 1 are doing this with relative ease. Okay, well, they just get the Tormentor. Shot for Kasane. Daze has popped the Shadow Realm. He might be in some trouble here. Squad X is there on the puck. And that should be the death of good old Daze. So he ends up biting the dust. With the help of that Lycan Wolf. As, okay, Sweet and Strong. And they end up finding the Apparition. They get something done with that smoke. It's not ideal, but it's better than nothing. Anti-mage, but then, you know, he's anti-mage. He's not Naga Siren. He doesn't give you the team fight control, doesn't give you the ensnare. Now, Sweet and Strong, okay, well, he's gonna get caught out in the mid lane. Wukong's command committed. They will get the kill. Is that... What is it that you want to get done? You're going to have to hold on to that thought because it might actually be the side of 1 minute that gets something done. But a bit of a miss on the blink there. Squad X drops the coil eventually onto the Apparition. Mixer throwing down the Shapeshift as, oh my god, the Tusk gets caught by the Ensnare. It gets completely demolished by the Summons and the Illusions. Now the Dazzle's probably going to be next. There's a Shallow Grave keeping him alive as Mkushi, well, he turns into the Rage form with the Metamorphosis and he takes down the Dark Willow. But there's a Song of the Siren coming in to reset the fight. The Wukong's command as well. Triple S in some trouble. Does he have the Shallow Grave? No, he does not. He is dead, but Squad X is still alive. Nice Splitter coming in from Kasane. If they could find the Monkey King, this could all still be worth it. But Stormstormer, he's limping away from this one with 3 Jingu Mastery stacks. He's not going to be that easy to find. Ultimately, it's a 2-for-2 exchange, but one that does favor OG as Munkushi holding on to the Sunder, but he doesn't have a target. The Summons and the Illusions just chipping him down. The Stormstorm Monkey King goes in. BKB popped, and there's the Sunder onto his own Elder Titan to get back up to full HP. Can they find the kill? Oh, if this Monkey King goes down, it's going to be worth it, and indeed it is. The Elder Titan survives despite getting sundered. And it's the side of OG, who are in deep waters now that the Monkey King is down for 60 seconds. The Dazzle coming back up in 10. They can go for this Roshan. There's still a minute remaining on the clock. And Demon Zeal is at the ready for Munkushi. Sunder coming back off cooldown in just, like, 13 seconds, so... Yeah, nice blast flying through. Does connect onto 4. Nothing else is going to delay this Roshan by a bit, as the Tusk is most certainly dead. Shallow Grave is there. Snowball from Sweet and Strong. Can he actually find it? No, he cannot, but it doesn't matter. He somehow stays alive through it all. And they end up getting the Dark Willow. Okay. Certainly was not expecting that. Oh my god, Sweet and Strong. And queuing up the Swift Blink. I don't know if I like this. I mean, this does not feel good. As Squad X is gonna find Daze. Gonna delay the inevitable with the Shadow Realm. In fact, Ice Blast flies through, does connect onto Munkushi, but Daze will eventually fall. There's no backup coming in from him. They've left the Dark Willow for dead. Getting some work done on the Monkey King. And the creep army is coming in from Mixer. It's a full assault Cuirass done for this Lycan. They're just going to try and get something done here as Stormstormer gets caught out by the Dream Coil. There's the Walrus Punch, and well, the Boundless Strike with the shot allows him to get out. Wukong's command pop. There is the changing of the guard, but he does not survive. The Waning Rift does the work as Squad X potentially looking for more. Still has the Yule Scepter, but back towards the top lane. Seems like another fight is brewing up here. Metamorphosis was committed by the Terrorblade, but they will. The creeps trying to find the range racks, but Munkushi is taking care of that. Mixer, in the meantime, with the BKB and Shapeshift, does end up taking down the Tusk. But Triple S is on the chase here. Can he actually slow down Mixer enough? Mixer is still speedy as hell. And, the Congregations of the Deep coming in from that Croaker, or the Ancient Croaker rather, buying some time, but again, just delaying the inevitable. They will find the Lycan. Down bottom, up top, Shad is looking for something, but here. But we'll end up popping the mirror image, so doesn't keep the invis. As, Stormstormer might be in some trouble. Snowball does connect, and there's the Quelling Blade actually catching out the Monkey King. He is stunned, he is dead. 80 seconds, no buyback, and there's a Dream Coil coming in on the backline, catching out the Naga as well as the Dark Willow. And my god, the Naga Siren just gets popped like a piñata at a Mexican kid's birthday party. It is not pretty. There's candy all over the floor, but it's not candy, it's the brains. The brains of the Naga Siren of the little fish marching up the top lane. Lelis will be forced back. Explosion Facet does help out against the Terrorblade, but at this point, given how tanky the TB illusions are, you're probably going to need someone else. Well, they do spot out Munkushi. Can they get the disable off? No, they cannot, but in fact, they end up getting Stormstormer first instead. No chance to pop the BKB. He's dead. 85 seconds without buyback as OG. They have walked in to slaughter the Terrorblade with a Metamorphosis. Not exactly what they had in mind. They were hoping to find him, but he had allies, he had friends. OG, out of all the teams in the world, you'd think they'd know that lesson very well. But unfortunately, hasn't progressed much since. Okay, well, Chad, he's actually going to find Triple S to start things off, but there's the snowball save. Coming in from the Tusk, Sweet and Strong keeps Triple S alive. The Dazzle now with the help of his ultimate, the Nottle Projection, keeping him alive. There's the Shallow Grave coming in. Lycan forced to show himself as they're committing more and more spells to try and take down this Dazzle. They will eventually find him, but that's a beautiful Dream Coil along with the Earth Splitter. They don't find any kills just yet though, and Triple S is going to fall. And now with the BKB pop from Mixer, OG might be able to get something done, but they are tucking the tail between their legs and hightailing it out of here. Shad, he has got the song if need be, and they found the puck. If they could get the puck, that'd be huge, and it is indeed. They get Squadix, that's Jen hitting the deck, as they get the buyback on the Dark Willow, but OG arguably finding the higher target, the higher value kills, and now with Stormstormer popping the Wukong's command, he's going to find himself an ultra kill as one win. Uh-oh, you've bitten off more than you can chew. The Terrorblade is trying to run back towards his base. Does the Apparition have the shard? No, he does not, so Munkushi will not be stunned. He will make it back to safety, but Buck has been forced to buy back. Shad's actually going to go in though, with the help of that Hex and the Blood Taunt, trying to keep the side of one man occupied, but they have a glyph at the ready. Munkushi, though, does need some allies, as Mixa is making quick work of these Raxes. And but with the Blood Taunt and the Serrated Shift coming out from Stormstormer, this Roshan is dropping so quickly. Aegis, okay, gonna be picked up here by Stormstormer. Daze buying some time. Dream Call committed though, and that is going to be a buyback, or rather a dieback on the Dark Willow for the second time. Song of the Siren committed by Shan, trying to allow his team to disengage, but Squadix is running circles around the side of OG as he's found the two supports here, and Shad, uh-oh, he's been left alone. His TP has been cancelled. He's got no friends, but can he at least get the puck before he dies? No, he cannot. Shad is just dead. Constant back and forth in this game, as the Aegis was picked up by Stormstormer earlier, not the Naga Siren. So, the rack situation on the side of one win. But there's the Hex coming out from someone, not too sure whose Hex that was. Okay, well, never mind, Munkushi, he's no longer a pig now, it doesn't matter who had that Hex. Okay, it was the Ancient Apparition, but Daze is gonna drop again, he's got no buyback, and no! Oh no! The Apparition ended up falling in the backline as well. It was Triple S who take him down with the help of the Poison Touch. And this just might be game. Shad did not want to buy back for this. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. They nearly found the Monkey King as well on the side of one win. And that is nearly 3 sets of racks being taken here. There's just one racks remaining in the mid lane. The puck doesn't find it. Munkushi is going to make quick work of it though. And that is going to be Mega Creeps up here for the side of one win. No buyback on the Apparition. He did commit it earlier, so one win know that. And they're going to try and go for the Jugular. Song of the Siren at the ready for Shad to buy some time if need be, but Munkushi, he's really forcing the issue here with the Metamorphosis. I hear the Naga has jumped in. Who's it on top of? It's on top of Sweet and Strong. The Tusk in some trouble, but there's the Shallow Grave. Wukong's command popped. The BKB keeping the Monkey King alive, but not for long. The Wukong's command will expire along with the Aegis. The Naga Siren gets found as well. The Elder Titan with the Natural Order strips her of all the armor, and Munkushi supplies the damage, and I think that's gonna be game. Monkey King dead for 90 seconds. Shad, he does buy back, but what can he even do? He's just a small, lonely fish. The Tusk is still very much alive. The Daze might not be. But, okay, well, there's Shad going in with the help of the Blood Taunt. Didn't have the Hex, and now he's going to be in some trouble. There's the Water Sponge coming in from Sweet and Strong. That's going to be a dieback on Shad. And that is most certainly game, as GGs are going to get dropped. Stormstormer taps out, and one win. They will take game number 1 here against the side of OG over the course of 45 minutes. It takes them some time. It takes them some effort. Tiny, probably going to be played mid, Dark Trafiora. But the Firestorm is good against the Centaur. Why? Who decided this was a good idea? That's all I want to know. Because it certainly wasn't me. And Daze, well, he might be in some trouble here. Kasane has the Sprout at the ready if need be. It's going to drop and it's going to be Sweet and Strong who ends up getting first blood. The Shaman off to a good start. While one win, I mean they... Oh, excuse me, down bottom, they actually end up losing... How did they lose Lelis there? Sure he's thinking about him. Sure he's thinking about getting the solo kill onto Stormer. Kasane is TPing it on the Nature's Prophet. It's gonna have the Sprout and I think Stormer's just dead. Squadix gonna be able to find that kill. Kasane more than happy to tank the tier 1, but up top does mean that Munkushi is a bit alone at the moment. TP is coming in though from Kasane. And Munkushi does have some stick charges and a tango, so he will be fine. He'll even be given over a tango by Kasane, so he's not for regen. Or starved for regen, excuse me. Up top, Kasane might be in some trouble. Nice Stormhammer out onto 2. Munkushi puts a point in it as he realizes the aggression's coming in, but Day is able to survive with the help of that Lotus. Vacuum back by Mixer. They want to try and find Munkushi as well. No Stormhammer for another 5 seconds. Sweet and Strong's going to TP in, but he's not able to stop the Swen from dying. It is the Swen who ends up falling first, so he gets no XP for that. But it is really good for Sweet and Strong's game. That is for sure. Now, how much is that gonna end up changing the brain flying out? In the meantime, down bottom, Triple S kind of been left alone. Level 3 on the Centaur. CS starting to look a lot worse. 17 and 3 compared to 29 and 10. Either way, Munkushi, I think he's gonna be quite happy with the way this lane has gone for him so far. Even though he's died once, and well, it's only gonna get better from here on out because Mixer's dead. Sweet and Strong stuck around top and ends up finding the Darkseer again. And that was okay. Kasane actually puts a point into Nature's Call. Fiend's Gate committed to the mid lane. Kasane's probably gonna fall. Sweet and Strong TP's in, but there's only so much he can do. He can watch as a Shaman gets slaughtered. Okay, Call gonna be committed in the mid lane. They're gonna try and find this Pugna, and they will have him. Okay, fairly straightforward kill. Storm has to be a bit careful though. He is dropping low. He's got the wand and the Invis rune at the ready. Some damage reduction available as well from the Invis, but there's the rebound coming in from the Marcy. Kasane though still somehow surviving. Munkushi is gonna TP in on the Swen. No God Shred, but they will find the Tiny, and now Daze has been left alone. Mixer not feeling too comfortable about going in. He's just gonna have to watch as 2 of his teammates get slaughtered yet again. One win, bring the numbers. And it's Squadix with a killing spree, 8.5 minutes in. One win doing a wonderful job of playing around their puck. Gonna get the last hit. Some more money going in the pocket of the Shaman. Tranquil Boots done for him. Stampede committed. It's towards the top lane to maybe help the Swen survive, but he ends up falling. Okay. Then by the Shard and pick up a Blink Tag or a BKB, you can essentially close the gap and get kills with your right-click damage and the magic damage coming in from the Firestorm. It's up top, Kasane, Sister Shroud, not going to save him from the Underlord. Nice 3-man call coming in from Squadix, but where's the follow-up? His teammate's just not there, and he's going to be forced to jaunt out here. Daze looking for the dispose. Can he actually get it? Yes, he does. There is the Unleash coming in from the Marcy, but Squadix is going to be fine. He's able to jaunt away with the Illusory Orb, that Dream Coil. Doesn't do all that much, but to farm slightly riskier locations with some backup and be less afraid of the consequences because you have an Aegis. Squadix, he is done with the Witchblade, has a coil at the ready, turning his attention towards both supports at once, but tension split between the two means a recipe for disaster for the Shaman. He's going to end up falling. Think about killing the Centaur. The Centaur's fine. But up top, Kasane might not be. Vacuum is there. Pit of Malice at the ready as well. As Kasane is going to bite the dust here. No way for him to survive. Actually, maybe he could have TP'd out. Okay, here a Stampede down bottom. Wait, where was it? It was actually towards the river. Okay, they actually end up finding the 2 supports on the side of OG. Squadix gets himself a double kill. Munkushi helps out as well with the help of the God Strength. And 1 win. Economy, let's say, keeping their economy in check on the side of 1 win. But, well, he's gonna get vibe checked, and Shad is not long for this world. They will eventually get the kill onto the Underlord. As 1 win, not shabby at all from the Shaman. 15.5 minutes in, the enemy tier 2 sitting at half HP. Not exactly the spot you want to be in if you're OG, but man, that's a 2-man Sprout on top of a 2-man Dream Coil. And well, that's gonna be 2 members dead for the side of OG. The Mats, as the Decrepify buys them some time, but Lelis, he's gonna give up his life for that effort. As 2 turn into 3. Looking for the BKB next on the Underlord. Sweet and strong. Oh, he's gonna spot him out. Shackles are gonna be committed, and the TPs are coming through as well from the side of 1 win. This Underlord is gonna be in some trouble here. He attempts to throw down the Fiend's Gate, allows allies to come in, but there is the Swen. Marcy comes in, tries to save with the rebound, but there's the 2-man Dream Coil coming in from Squad X. He's gonna keep the side of OG controlled as Daze somehow surviving, but his teammates not so lucky. The Tiny's gonna end up dropping. Lelis is dead as well. And it's time to ducktail and run for the rest of the members of OG as Mixa surges away. Another one coming back up in a bit. Can he get it off? No, the stun is there, and with the Stampede, they will find the Darkseer. The only survivor of that entire massacre is Daze. Diaco's occupied. Up top, though, Sweet and Strong, he's found an opening onto Stormer. Vacuum available from Mixa, but he's not able to get it. The Shackle was full duration, and now he's trying to TP out as the Darkseer will survive. But that is a wall committed, pipe used, and a Tiny dead regardless. Zoji, once again, just getting caught off guard on the map. Not respecting the presence of Sweet and Strong on the Shaman. Sweet and Strong did end up going for the Aether Lens over the Blink. But he is going back for the Blink now, so that is so insane. Nature's Prophet starting to close in the gap with Stormer as, okay, they will at least find the center. Triple S takes a tumble up top, but it does cost them the Fiend's Gate and the Unleash. Not like the Unleash really matters, but back towards the mid lane. That shouldn't be happening. I'm not too sure how Kasane died there. Okay, well, bit unfortunate. It's gonna spot out Mixa here on the Darkseer, but do they actually have the damage to take down the Shaman? Okay, that rebound was defensively used, and Munkushi comes in on the Swen with the Stormhammer, gets the kill. And the Swen, he wants more. He's looking towards the top lane, but they are taking the Tormentor. Kasane is going to TP in with the Curse of the Old Growth. The Tormentor, it is going to go down, but Kasane ends up getting the kill onto Lelis. And well, Shad, he might get the Nature's Prophet, but he won't find much else as Munkushi, with the remaining duration of that God Strength, ends up getting the kill. Okay, going across the portal, they want to try and find Shad, who does not have a TP, but they guess incorrectly. Triple S blinks towards the Radiant Ancients, and Shad, he is chilling in the trees. Was he spotted? Yes, he was. Munkushi blinks right on top of him. Spots him out, and I think that should be a very dead Underlord. Stomp is there as well from the center. The Atrophy Aura. It only does so much. And they're going to try and make a play here. Storm, okay, blinks in, sees a Triple S, but that's a nice 2-man avalanche, and a toss back onto the Shaman, but there's no follow-up just yet. Fight off inside, keeping the Shaman alive, as he shackles up Lelis the Pugna to fall. Dream Coil out onto 2, or is the Pugna going to fall? The Pugna's actually somehow surviving until Munkushi comes in, makes quick work of the Shaman, and the Nature's Prophet might fall, but now it's a 1v1 between the Swen and the Underlord, and somehow the Underlord is actually winning, but his BKB is going to run out soon. And the Swen, he's looking to go back in. Shad in some trouble. Stomp catches him out. And Squad X is there with the amp damage rune. But it's still Triple S who gets himself the double kill. Daze actually bought back into this one. Hope to keep his Underlord alive, but he's probably going to end up dying here. Squad X trying to desperately kill off Daze before he reaches the fountain. Daze looking to make some sort of play. But, yeah, only so. Good rebound from Daze, going to keep his teammates alive. Well, okay. They are looking for a fight here. Sweet and Strong will give up his life. Actually surviving quite a bit with the help of the heal coming in from the Shackles. Probably not the right choice, but they're going to try and make a play for him nonetheless. Actually gets tossed back away from the Fiend's Gate. There's the Stampede coming through. Yule Scepter, Pit of Malice, everything being dropped to try and delay the inevitable. Oh no, the decrep! It actually enables Triple S to survive long enough now that the Swen is here. He's got the God Strength at the ready. And OG, you have capital F fucked up, or have you? Well, Munkushi is actually doing a lot of work there on the Swen, but Shad is just chopping him down on the Underlord. My goodness, the damage coming in is just a bit too much. Lelis, 4-head or 5-head. Not too sure what kind of move that was, but it somehow works out for them in the end. They do lose the 2 supports on the side of OG, but they get so much more. The Puck bites the dust, the gem dropped on the ground. Swen dead for 70 seconds, Centaur gone as well, and Stormstormer's looking for more. He wants to find the Shaman, but the Shaman jukes him out. Stormstormer will not have him. Well, OG slowly trying to take this tier 1 tower down bottom, but they're gonna find Lelis here. Okay, some auras keeping him alive, Solar Crescent Pipe, but it's not enough. Massive Serpent Ward committed, and they get the kill. It's gonna be Stampede down, but they still have the coil at the ready. The Nature's Prophet, he is TPing in. Do they find the Marcy? No, they don't. Oh my god, what on earth? Might just be the recipient of said damage. Munkushi 2-shots him. There you go. Quick damage check. Daze finds out the hard way to the Swen. Now seems like OG have got the punish, or the answers for it. Well, Sweden strong in the mid lane. Actually going to survive. The toss does not come through from the Stormstormer Tiny, but eventually the Fiend's Gate is there. The Shaman will be turned into a chicken. Might not sound like much, but it's like another level in God Strength. It's actually more than another level. Well, mid lane, they're going to try and make quick work of the Puck, but there's Munkushi going in with a 2-man Stormhammer. Eliminates the 2 supports from the game. The Darkseer's next. The Tiny gets put down. Blink and you miss it. This Swen has sent 4 heroes backing. And Munkushi, general, because it's also going to allow him to man-fight the Underlord, but there are a couple of things you can dispel with it. And well, again, a sense of deja vu takes a hold of OG as they get coiled around this Radiant Roshan pit once again. And Munkushi is going to jump and make quick work of Lelis. Shad, he will get the Shaman, but that's all he's going to find. And now he's got no BKB, no TP, he's got friends, but what good are those friends when they're poor? As Stormstormer, 4 staff away, trying to get on out of there, but he doesn't have a TP for another 40 seconds. As, he's just gonna be spotted and taken down here. Didn't get clipped by the Curse of the Old Growth. He just knew where he was going. Tier 3 tower is still just gonna fall as, well, those trees did a whole lot of nothing. Squad X. Oh, okay. Avalanche tossed back onto Munkushi. Munkushi pops the God Strength, does have the BKB, will pop it, and there's the Disable coming in from the Shaman as he will be able to get the Puck now. Daze to be next, the Marcy down as well, no bite whatsoever. Nice vacuum vault, but can Shad actually do the damage? He's got no cleave, no damage on the Underlord just yet, and he's gonna bite the dust. 90 seconds without the Underlord, and GG is called. 1 win, they will eliminate OG from this tournament as Munkushi and Co make their way to the lower bracket